Chapter 11, Building a New Dawn. The village thrived as spring began to awaken the valley from its winter slumber. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the sound of laughter echoed through the streets. After the battle against the Shadow Syndicate, a sense of renewal swept over the community, igniting a spirit of resilience and hope. Kai, Mei, and Jean took on leadership roles within the village, helping to organize training sessions and community projects. They had transformed their experience into a foundation for the future, ensuring that everyone was prepared for whatever challenges might arise. One sunny afternoon, as they gathered in the village square, Master Lin addressed the community. It is important that we continue to train and grow stronger. We must not allow complacency to take root. The darkness may return, but we will be ready. The villagers nodded in agreement, their faces filled with determination. Kai felt a thrill of excitement as he glanced at his friends. They had come so far, and now they had the power to shape their destiny. As the training sessions resumed, the children of the village eagerly participated, inspired by the stories of bravery and unity. Kai, Mei, and Jean taught them the techniques they had mastered, instilling confidence in their young hearts. The laughter and camaraderie that filled the air were a testament to their collective spirit. One day, while practicing footwork with a group of children, Kai noticed a familiar figure approaching from the edge of the village, a traveling merchant named Elda. She carried a satchel filled with supplies and a knowing smile. Elda, Kai called, waving her over. It's good to see you. How have you been? I've been well, young warrior, she replied, her eyes twinkling. I heard about your victory against the syndicate. You've made quite a name for yourselves. Kai felt a flush of pride. We couldn't have done it without the support of the village. Everyone came together. Elda nodded, her expression serious. That's the key to your success. But I bring news that may concern you. There are whispers of unrest in the neighboring areas. The syndicate hasn't been entirely vanquished. They are regrouping. A ripple of concern spread through the group. Kai exchanged worried glances with Mei and Jean. What do we do? He asked, his voice steady despite the unease settling in his stomach. We prepare, Elda said firmly. You've trained well, but now is the time to strengthen your alliances. Reach out to neighboring villages. Share your knowledge and form a united front. Kai felt a sense of determination wash over him. We can do that. We'll gather everyone and discuss a plan. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over the village, Kai, Mei, and Jean called for an emergency meeting. Villagers gathered around the square, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames of torches. We've received news that the Shadow Syndicate is still a threat, Kai began, his voice steady. We need to take action. It's time to reach out to our neighbors and strengthen our defenses. Lu stepped forward, his presence commanding. We've faced darkness before, and we will face it again. But together, we can create a network of strength that will protect us all. We must not hesitate. The crowd buzzed with energy and resolve. They discussed plans to send messengers to nearby villages, inviting them to join in training exercises and share resources. The idea of forming alliances sparked hope, creating a sense of purpose. In the following weeks, Kai and his friends worked tirelessly to coordinate efforts. They sent scouts to neighboring villages, and soon, representatives began to arrive, eager to join forces. Each visitor brought stories of their own struggles, their victories, and their hopes for the future. One evening, as they gathered around a large fire with their new allies, Kai looked around at the faces illuminated by the flames. There were warriors from different villages, each bringing their unique skills and experiences. The sense of unity was palpable, and Kai felt his heart swell with pride. As they shared stories, laughter, and plans for the future, Kai realized how much stronger they were together. They were no longer just a single village, they were a coalition of communities, united in purpose. As the training sessions continued, the villagers honed their skills, learning from one another. They practiced together, exchanging techniques and strategies, building a bond that transcended their differences. One day, while training with a group of young fighters, Kai noticed a girl named Lila, who had just joined from a neighboring village. She seemed shy and hesitant but had a fierce determination in her eyes, Don't be afraid to let your strength shine, Lila, Kai encouraged, demonstrating a defensive move. Remember, it's not just about power, it's about focus and control. Lila nodded, and with renewed confidence, she practiced the movements. Kai watched as she began to find her rhythm, her spirit igniting as she embraced the training. As the weeks passed, the bond between the villages deepened, and they became a formidable force. They shared resources, held joint training sessions, and celebrated their victories together. The spirit of unity grew stronger with each passing day, but in the back of Kai's mind, the looming threat of the syndicate remained. He knew they had to stay vigilant. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Kai gathered Mei and Jean. "We need to keep an eye out for any signs of the syndicate's return. We can't let our guard down." They agreed, and together, they decided to form a small scouting team. They would monitor the surrounding areas, gathering intelligence and ensuring that their newly formed alliances remained strong. As they set out on their first scouting mission, Kai felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. They trekked through the forest, their senses heightened, scanning for any signs of danger. The trees whispered secrets in the wind, and the path ahead felt both familiar and uncertain. After a few hours of searching, they reached a ridge overlooking a distant valley. As they peered down, they spotted a group of figures gathered around a campfire, dark silhouettes against the glow of the flames. Kai's heart raced. Could it be them? They observed quietly, straining to hear the hushed voices. The figures were cloaked, their demeanor tense. Kai felt a knot tighten in his stomach. "We need to report back. This could be the syndicate regrouping." As they turned to leave, a sudden rustle in the bushes sent a chill down Kai's spine. They were not alone. A figure stepped out, cloaked in shadow, eyes glinting with malice. Well, what do we have here?" a voice hissed, dripping with contempt. "A few brave little warriors spying on us?" In that moment, Kai felt a surge of determination. They would not back down. He stood tall, ready to confront the threat that had haunted their village for too long. The fire within him blazed brighter, fueled by the knowledge that they were not alone. They had allies, strength, and the spirit of their community behind them. The storm was far from over, but they would face it together, united against the gathering shadows.